Hello and welcome, TGS fans. This is your host, King L5, that's me, and I'm going to be doing some draft analysis as it is legally mandated by this upload required league. So anyways, TGS, brand new league. Yeah, it's like a bunch of really good players collected from around the scene. Shout out to Aster J, my co-captain in DPL season whatever it was. We have other heavy hitter names like T-Row Price and Zooch. Yeah, we can ignore everyone else. Anyways, so my draft, right? So first off, I looked at this draft board, right? They'd be allowing some stuff out here. They'd be allowing Dragapult. Spectrier is crazy. And Qian Pao, obviously. I selected Qian Pao with the second pick because Rai picked Dragapult. Obviously Dragapult's the best, but allowing Qian Pao, big mistake. I will be making sure they noticed that's a huge mistake. Anyways, so I got him. This basically gives me my physical breaker right out the gate, so I don't really have to worry too much about like physical breaking, you know what I'm saying? Because Qian Pao is that guy. He can do it. Anyways, then some other picks came in, and second round, I decided to get Terra Excadrill. Now, Darkrai told me this guy's broken, so if it's bad, it's his fault. But anyways, this guy just adds a lot to the team. It's a reliable rapid spinner, right? It can set up rocks. So utility, it's got that. The spin buff from Gen 8, boosting speed is really impactful here. You can like Swords Dance, spin, Terra defensively, and it's pretty hard to stop. You can also just Terra ground, right? Since a lot of things that hit Excadrill are more so aiming at the steel weaknesses, like fighting type, fire type, you know, and then the boost to Earthquake is really nice for like Scarf Mold Breaker sets. You can just spam EQ, and then, you know, often SD Excadrill in the sand, you know, it's strong, but it's not going to be able to be like Okoing Swampert, you know what I mean? But Terra Ground, all of a sudden, I don't know the calcs, but you probably can, you know what I'm saying? A better example would be like Blastoise, right? Blastoise over here, this guy definitely dies to Terra Ground EQ, although versus this, I'm probably going to be running a Terra for Lando or whatever, or for Corviknight, you know? Maybe not the best example, but you get the point. Terra Excadrill, you can just get a little boost on your EQ. It's already one of the best stabs in the game, so may as well. Yeah, defensive Terra plus spin speed boost, you know, is always nice. I think I've gone on long enough about Excadrill. Necrozma, I got him because he's broken. Dragon Dance, you know, very good. So basically, I've got a bunch of win cons here. Drill and Necrozma. Qian Pao breaks, Necrozma can break, Excadrill can break, so I've got some offensive threats here. And, you know, I'm always a big fan of those offensive threats, you know what I'm saying? I like to play in a way where I'm executing my game plan rather than trying to react to what they have, because that's always going to be harder, right? So just being able to play my own game plan, go for my own win conditions, is going to be really great here. Necrozma also is able to do that rocks thing if I so need it to. It can also be a defensive psychic. It's a great fighting check, which is really useful when I have Qian Pao, Excadrill, and Tyranitar, so definitely going to be using that portion of Necrozma's kit. But also I decided to get Screamtail. Now, sometimes, you know, Necrozma kind of needs to be defensive, even though I'd love to run offensive sets. Now, Screamtail is here to alleviate that problem. So if I do need like a bulky psychic, Screamtail's there if I need it. Necrozma can also do the job, but, you know, being able to have options there for offensive Necrozma plus defensive Screamtail, or being able to run Screamtail plus Misty Explosion, which it got in a recent DLC patch. That's a big option for it. It also gives me just fast utility, T-Wave support. No longer can they run Scarfers to outspeed Qian Pao if I just T-Wave them. The Encore is very nice, so I don't get like in a Calm Mind War with Necrozma versus something, or just anything like that. I can shut down things with Encore, T-Wave, just a bunch of disruption screens. And then Screamtail itself, another great stealth rocker. So I got like 3 pretty good two good offensive rockers, a good defensive rocker. I'm able to use Proto Speed, which is a set that I ran a lot in DPL. When SV first dropped, I had a Screamtail on a team that I spammed, and I ran the booster speed a lot with like offensive investment, because even though it's weak, once you invest in it, it has great coverage. So there's a lot of teams that can do a lot of damage. And then of course get the rocks up offensively. Now T-Tar, I wanted to pair this with X-Drill, obviously, because getting Drill, you kind of do want Sand to get the most out of it, you know, may as well, right? It's only 12 points, and T-Tar has kind of like gotten a few buffs here, it got knockoff, so that's good. Keldeo here. Now Keldeo did get access to Vacuum Wave this gen, which is a very nice priority option. I do like having some priority on my drafts, so Qianpao Ice Shard, Keldeo, Vacuum Wave, and then Thwackey, Grassy Glide will get there, but Keldeo is very nice. It's also just a great special breaker, because while Necrozma is strong, it's not going to be like straight up 2-hit KOing entire rosters, right? But Keldeo, he's that guy sometimes, you know. In like matchups like, let's say Fistier Doom for example, I play this guy week 1, but look at Keldeo versus this guy. It's an absolute masterclass. Like, I just click the water move, right? They have Ogerpon Wellspring, right? But that's going to get obliterated by Secret Sword, so it's like not an easy switch in. Zapdos gets obliterated by Hydro Pump if I'm Specs. Gouging Fire, I can run Scarf to revenge this, you know, I've got options on Keldeo. Most of the time I'm probably going to be using Specs Keldeo. If you face me, I do like that set quite a lot. I think it's just by default the best Keld set. You have to really justify using anything else in my opinion, especially with Vacuum Wave. Kind of you're able to hit things faster, like the Iron Bundle, you know, stuff like that. Okay, Cloyster. So the way this league's Terra rules work is you have 30 total Terra points, right? So let me show you. So Excadrill is like somewhere. Where's Excadrill? Here. So it's 16 points without Terra, but if you do Terra, it's 21 points. And then where is it? Here. So each team will select up to 2 Terra captains, up to 30 Terra points. So basically you have a price cap of 30 on your Terramons. And I was looking at it, the best mon available for 9 or less is Cloyster. Now this gives me yet another win condition. So Cloyster is very nice. I do have to watch out for Mirror Herb stuff versus me, but you know what, it is what it is. Having the offensive option to Shell Smash here. Terra defensively, which is really nice for Cloyster. You could do things like Terra Rock, just to get that boost versus with Rock Blast. You can Terra Electric to get around T-Wave, you know, all sorts of stuff. You can Terra offensively, but like generally Cloyster, it has great defense, right? The stats are there. Spit F not so much, but defense is definitely there. And with Terra, you can kind of get rid of that really nasty defensive ice typing and go for something more like electric, or really anything fairy, you know, something that eases your setup a little bit. Even just pure water, right? Yeah, anything that can take advantage of something. It's always going to be matchup dependent. But anyways, Cloyster for 9 seemed fine. And then I'm thinking how to round out this draft. I could use something a little bit faster between Keldeo, Screamtail, and Qianpao. Like, there's a big gap there, so Noivern I immediately thought of because it's the GOAT. Shout out to Darkrai. So Darkrai, let me tell you, this guy is the biggest Noivern hater I've ever seen in my life. Yet the first time he ever drafts Noivern, it carries him to a finals, right? And he's still a hater. I don't understand. This one's the GOAT. Kind of packs everything into a nice, neat little package. There's a Defogger, Ground Resist, Special Attacker, Speed Control, Taunt, Super Fang. It's so good. How does he think it's bad? I don't understand. Anyways, Thwackey here is just a 1-pointer. It allows me to run things like Grassy Seed Necrozma, which is always a great option, right? Like if you want to run Calm Mindsets. And then Thwackey itself does have merit in some matchups. It's not going to come to most games, I'll be honest. But like, let me see if I can find someone that I would bring Thwackey versus. Like, look at this, Great Tusk, Greninja. Like, this is usable, right? It's usable. And that's all we really need out of a 1-pointer. just like it can come if it needs to. But anyways, that's my whole team. I also have this, but this graphic is a little bit better. Generally, probably going to run like a bulky offense type of style with this. It does have a lot of tools to be able to pull that off. Hyper offense is also very possible. I do have screens plus setup spam plus good scarfer, drill, win con, breaker, you know, U-turn, baton pass. I'm pretty sure that's legal. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. I can run a lot of stuff with this team. Anyways, let's do a quick check on everyone else's team. Do I think they're whack or not? So Rye, let's see. Polt, Gambit, Samurott, like insane top 3. How do you mess this up? Right, well, Thundy T without Terra I think is extremely mid. Ninetales is like pretty good, I feel like, but its coverage is just completely lacking. You do have to like set up Veil and then go into something, but like Brick Break is kind of free, right? A lot of mons get Brick Break, so it's like not the most reliable thing. Glimmer is great, but you know, versus this team, Samurott plus Glimmer, you're stacking spikes quite a lot. So like I feel like most teams will just run boot spam and like immediately invalidate like half your squad, right? Anyways, Ice Cube's the GOAT. Shout out to Emil for that one. Quag's kind of ass. Mesprit I do rate pretty highly. So this looks like it's going to be top 4 plus Mesprit plus like one of these two most games. Overall pretty good. I like that draft. Fist Tier Doom, I play this guy week 1. Gouging Fire, probably broken, right? Zapdos, one of the most reliable mons in Draft League history. Iron Bundle, pretty good, right? It's an offensive threat. Donphan, I do love me some Donphan. Ogerpon Wellspring, I feel like it's good, but there's no Terra, right? There's no Terra for it, so like, is it even good? Metagross, I do really like Metagross. I was considering drafting it as like a secondary steal, especially with all the buffs that it got this gen, but yeah, he picked it up. Sylveon, pretty okay mon. Snorlax, I mean, with the amount of Encore in this gen, I really feel like Snorlax takes a big hit to its viability. Plus it lost return, like come on. And Mabostit, that guy is not coming to a game, holy crap. So overall this team, I feel like it's like extremely mid to like below average. Gouging Fire will carry though, so shout out to that guy. Habita picked up Spectrier, very broken Pokemon. I was thinking between Chien-Pao and Spectrier, but I decided to go with Chien-Pao. Anyways, Spectrier the GOAT. Slowking, very annoying mon. Lando T, kind of mid. It's definitely had better gens, but it's still a Lando, it's reliable. Blastoise is kind of the GOAT with Shell Smash. Like recently, Blastoise has been tearing it up in Sword Shield, so I don't see no reason why it can't do that in SV. Diancie, kind of mid. Corviknight, extremely ass. But Terrazarud is like the GOAT, right? So Titan, shout out to Mountay. Mon's kind of ass though. And then Zapdos, another mon that's kind of ass. So overall there's a lot of ass, but there's still some good pieces. So I rate this draft like mid above average. OG Albina, Ogolbina. I asked him which one it is, and he told me, but I forgot. So I'm going to call him Ogolbina. This guy drafted Blaziken, absolute fraud mon. Rillaboom, the GOAT. Raging Bolt, the GOAT probably. Primarina, I mean, Primarina's okay. It's just, I don't think it's that great in SV. Roaring Moon, kind of the GOAT, kind of a fraud. It's hard to tell. Sandy Shock's pretty good. Bronzong, I feel like it's extremely ass. It does provide a lot to a team, but it doesn't really like, it kind of like phones it in, you know what I mean? It doesn't try that hard, but like it'll get you like the basics. Quillfish, the GOAT. Colossal, the GOAT, but unfortunately these guys are getting benched, so overall the team pretty mid. I would say below average. High Jump Sean, let's see, Torn with no Terra, absolute fraudster. Iron Tread's great mon, Rotom Wash great mon, Dragonite great mon, Cerulege great mon. So like this one I mean, I feel like Torn with Terra is like so much better than Torn without Terra, but like you do get Terra Cerulege out of it, so like it's not the worst thing in the world. Then Terra Revervroom is like very whatever. I feel like he's good, but like that's it. He's not great. Overquill, I like that mon. I think it's quite good. Mienshao, I feel like probably a fraud. Is that like a little bit of a reach there? I feel like it's good, but it's also a fraud. I don't know. I can't explain it too much. Deoxys Defense. I feel like he's just Screamtail but worse, right? Yeah, definitely Screamtail but worse. And then Lokix is the GOAT. So overall, this team has a lot of GOATs. I do like this a lot. It's probably... I haven't looked at the rest of them, but probably going to be a top 3 draft for me just because the sprites are so nice. And also I like all the mons. JCM, let's see. Deoxys Speed, maybe broken. Kyurem with Terra, probably broken. Ting Lu, press Goldingo, probably a little bit broken. Comfy with Terra, complete giga ass. Quaquavel, the GOAT. Thunderous, kind of a T-Wave bot this gen, I'll be honest. I don't think it's that great. But Serperior is the GOAT, but without Terra, it's not the GOAT. I don't know. Gloom, terrible. Flareon, terrible. So you can just kind of ignore these two. So this is the team right here. I feel like there's a lot of brokens and then a couple like kind of mids, but like the top 6 is very good. So I think this is also going to be one of my top drafts. T-Row, let's see, Darkrai, complete fraud. I mean, oh, we're talking about the Pokemon. I mean, it's alright. Latios with Terra, I feel like it's going to be quite strong. But 25 points is a lot, right? Iron Hands is the GOAT. Clefable is like mid-GOAT, I feel like, this gen. Like, it's definitely better than people expect, I feel. Skarm, kind of mid, I feel like. Tentacruel, extremely ass. Mamoswine, like, we're drafting Mamoswine in the year 2023, going into 2024. Oh my god, this guy is a boomer. Bramblecast is the GOAT. Shout out to Yurdunk. Reboot, not coming to a game. Golem, not coming to a game. Because, like, yeah. This team is, like, below average for sure. Latios will carry, though. Anyways. Zooch. Iron Valiant is very broken. Meowscarada, broken. Terrapagos, I don't even know what this guy does, to be honest. So I have no idea. Petron, I don't even know what this Pokemon is. So these two are a complete wild card to me. Latios, I think, is actually quite underrated right now. Empoleon is pretty ass, I'll be honest. Like, Empoleon is like a money that on paper should be pretty good, but I feel like in the actual games it's just so ass. I can't explain it. Lander's complete fraud. Even with Terra, we have seen nothing impressive from this guy in DPL seasons and DCL. Complete ass. Crocolore, not coming to a game. Ampharos, not coming to a game. But also, like, I don't know. Yeah, this one, I like these. I have no idea, so I can't really give a full, like, informed opinion. I feel like it's okay. It's like very mid to slightly below mid, but Valiant is the GOAT. A12 or Shifu single. I mean, at this point, just get Shifu Rapid, you know what I'm saying? For 25 points? Like, come on. Why'd you pick the worst Shifu? Palafin's broken, though. Cindere's quite good, I feel. Zoroark is kind of the GOAT. Pheasantdripedy is like giga ass. I don't know why people keep drafting this, it's so bad. Gliscor is like, it's like broken in OU, but in draft I feel like it's just not as good, especially without Roost. Like, you can always tech coverage for it. So yeah, but for 12 points it's not that expensive, so whatever. Cyclizar, did we allow Shed Pass? It's 9 points, so I assume not. So in that case, I feel like it's pretty good, actually. I think Cyclizar is actually kind of underrated as, like, a Torn at home, you know what I mean? Anyways, Alomomola is, like, kind of underrated, I feel, with Flip Turn, you know, being quite good in its kit. Wish Flip Turn is just obviously always going to be good. But, like, who's picking up these wishes, right? Is it supposed to heal up Gliscor? Like, it feels so bad, right? Unless you want to use Palafin early and then heal it up, but then, like, you're going from water to water, so, like, you're not even dodging any super effective attacks or anything like that. So I don't know, kind of a weird pick on this team, even though I think the Mon's alright. Meowstic, not coming, not coming, not coming, not coming. So anyways, yeah, I feel like this is a very wacky team, but A12 is like always doing that, so he'll make it work. Overall, I think the team is quite good, actually. Not in the sense that I like the team. Like, I would not want to use this team at all, but I feel like Palafin will carry. I think that mon should definitely be banned. But like, there's also other mons that are allowed that should be banned, so it is what it is. Alright, Aster Jake got the absolute demon 11th pick, Great Tusk. I don't know how people allowed that to happen, but here it is. So that's the GOAT. Gren is also the GOAT. Ashgren is like so good in SV. It's like, yeah, a very, very talented Pokemon right there. Iron Boulder, I don't really know too much about him other than Mighty Cleave is a move. I'm not sure what type the Mighty Cleave is. It sounds like it should be a rock move, right? I don't know. I'm just not educated. I haven't been playing the new patch, obviously. Anyways, this guy, I feel like he needs Terra though, and I think he's Terra banned. So like, he's probably gonna be ass. It's like a rock type, right? Offensive rock type, but it can use boosters, so it's okay. I don't know. Archaladon. This guy's an absolute fraud, I'll be honest. Like, at first look at him, I was like, oh, he's gonna be broken. But then I thought about it for like 5 more seconds, and he's an absolute fraud. He has Terra though, which is an absolute waste of a Terra. Like, you should be tearing like Great Tusk, honestly, on this team. I guess you do want to Terra Raikou primarily, but Raikou and Ogerpon, like, it's right there. It's right there. You can do that. I don't know, man. It's just not it for me. Is Ogerpon... No, Ogerpon's 15, right, with Terra? I remember considering that in the builder. To draft it anyways. So yeah, like... Aster, I know you're going to be watching this and that stuff. Use one of your free agents to move that Terra from Archaladon to Ogerpon and thank me later. Holy crap. Weezing is the GOAT. Although it is a little bit passive, it's like hard to use. Raikou is the GOAT. With Terra, I think it'd be really good. Moltres is kind of the GOAT, kind of not. I feel like it's very okay. Mousehold is the GOAT. I don't know what people be underrating this guy because Rocky Helmet exists, right? And that's fair. That's valid. But you don't need to run Population Bomb on this guy. You can run like utility sets and it does great. And also, people do still have to respect it, right? Because if they don't rock up with any Rocky Helmets, they're just asking to get bombed, right? Anyways, Whiscash is not coming to a game, right? Although it's Aster, he likes being quirky, so he might bring it as a hazard lead one game. Shout out to Alcremie, the worst fairy type in the game. Yeah, shout out. Why is there an Alcremie when you have an entire Galarian Weezing? I don't understand. Like, surely 3 point... Let's go. Let's do some Aster J free agencies, right? Move Terra to Ogerpon, right? And we need a better 3-pointer. Altaria, sold. Altaria is great on this team. Thank me later. Overall, the team's quite good, I feel. I feel like you just run Tusk, Ren. This guy's benched, I'll be honest. The Terrakion at home, but bad. You probably bring this guy. And then if you need Weezing, you'll bring it. If not, you'll bring Raikou. Maybe you drop Archaladon for Moltres. Something. It's like a decent starting lineup, so I think this is above average. Burger. Alright, Garchomp is the GOAT. Enamorus with Terra is the GOAT. Sneasler, he's alright without Terra. I feel like he's not the GOAT, but he's not ass. Scizor, very good. I think I like Scizor a lot. Slowbro, kinda ass, I'll be honest. Serena, who is this guy? Arcanine Hisui. It's like, I've used Arcanine one time in SV, and it's like so matchup dependent, it's actually insane. So like, you can find matchups where it'll just get a kill every time it comes in, but those are few and far between, I'll be honest. It's like 20% of matchups are like that, at least from my experience, and the rest of the time it's like super mid. So yeah, I feel like top 4 is like pretty reasonable, and then like, what are these guys cooking? So yeah, I think this is like extremely mid. Alright, obviously my team's the best. Everyone else is like worse than me, but we actually did a draft analysis, and then we rate everyone, and then we even fixed Aster's team for him. Shout out. Yeah. Thanks for the help in DCL, and I'm returning the favor there. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the games.